What's up? It's Jan back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. This is gonna be my March TBR. As always, Joey's almost home, so gotta make this as quick as possible. I'm doing the 10 books on my TBR thing. I have a couple like side projects that are like ongoing or just not super high priority, or like buddy reads carried over, just like projects that might take longer than just this month. Those are going to be mentioned at the end, but not like included, you know, like on the official list. All right, we're just going to go right on into it. And I always start with my book club pick for the month, which is Man-Made Monsters. The dust jacket's over there, but it's the one with the anatomical heart. Should I insert a picture? I'm not going to insert a picture. I actually already started this. This is a horror short story collection by an Indigenous author, and I am on the 5th story, I think. I'm like 60 pages in, and I'm really loving it so far. The live show is going to be March 7th at 6:30 p.m. Central, and my guest host is going to be Bear from A2 Brody here on BookTube. So if you want me to like read the synopsis and everything, that's in my next 3 book club picks video that I always have linked down below. That's number 1. Oh god, okay. And yeah, it's the February pick, but I'm reading it in March because my live shows go by the full moon, and you can't fight the full moon, okay? So I read them the month of because I won't remember anything otherwise. The next 2 are the other 2 book clubs I try to participate in every month, or as many months as I can. Those are Gabby from Gabby Reads Book Troop Book Club and Kayla from Books and Lala's Literally Dead Book Club. So Gabby's book club pick this month, God, I said book club so many times, take a shot, is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, and I'm so happy because I was planning on doing a haunted house vlog anyway, and it just like fits, and I have 2 other books on here that fit the theme. So I'm sure you've heard about this. All I know is it's more than just a horror. Like there's a lot of like deeper underlying stories about like grief and stuff and family. There are also rabid puppets and squirrels, so that's terrifying. I've heard a lot of 5-star reviews for this one, so super excited to read another Grady Hendrix because it's been a while. And then another haunted house book is The Spite House by Johnny Compton. This is Kayla's book club pick for March, and it's super short. I've heard good things about this book until the ending. Heard the ending's kind of lackluster, but I heard it does get creepy. I don't know exactly what the premise is. I just know it involves a haunted house in Texas. So that's happening. And then the 3rd haunted house book I don't have in my hands yet because I pre-ordered it from Barnes & Noble, and we all know their pre-orders take longer than they should. I pre-ordered the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition for She Is a Haunting by Trang. Hell's her name? Oh, my phone's all the way over there. Her name has like 3 T's in it. So yeah, I'll insert the picture here. I have not stopped talking about this book since I heard about its release last year. It just came out February 28th, so super excited. It's about this Vietnamese final girl, and there's a haunted house, and there's like bug horror. I've just only heard glowing reviews for this, so super freaking excited. It's YA horror. I think this is like right up my alley, and I'm so freaking stoked, and I really hope it doesn't disappoint me because every time I anticipate a book this high, it's like 3 stars or lower. So manifesting. Next I have The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, solely because it's a library book that I need to return because there's a hold on it, so I got to get to this very soon because I think it's due on like the 9th or something. This is the author of The Wife Upstairs and Reckless Girls. Wasn't too big of a fan of The Wife Upstairs, but Reckless Girls was really good on audio specifically, so I'm excited to read this by her because I heard there's like Manson murder vibes. What was it compared to? Fleetwood Mac, the Manson murders, and the infamous summer Percy and Mary Shelley spent with Lord Byron at a Lake Geneva castle, the birthplace of Frankenstein. That's just all intriguing to me. I've heard mediocre reviews about this, but we're gonna see for myself, and I'm excited because her books go fast. So, and then we have my Patreon buddy read for the month. I have a bunch of them that are ongoing. We don't necessarily all read them the month of, so that's why this month we're doing our Battle the Buddy Reads week, which is going to be a Patreon only readathon. That's going to be from the 12th to the 18th. So if you'd like to join, it's going to be like a more specific TBR because we have our buddy reads list from the past 6 months. Yes, the lair has existed for 6 months. incredible. But yeah, we're vampire themed. We're called The Lair. We have a really good time on the Discord and our little vamp gatherings for the top tier, our sprints and readathons, our 24-hour readathons, our buddy reads. Yeah, all good vibes over there. And all the links are down below if you're interested in joining, if the bloodlust is calling to you at this very moment. Anyway, with all that being said, we're reading Vicious this month by V.E. Schwab. I'm slowly but surely making my way through V.E. Schwab's backlist because y'all know how much I love Addie LaRue, and this is the year that I'm gonna read all her books. Because I've read Addie LaRue, Gallant, her middle grade series, The Near Witch. I feel like there might be one more. But I started this, I think 2 years ago now, and it was going fast. The chapters are so short, so I'm really excited to finally not feel FOMO about this book anymore. And I'm sure you've heard of it. This is very backlisted. It's about Victor and Eli. It's like a superhero type of thing, right? I've seen a lot of dark academia lists, including this one, so I'm excited. And I really hope I do like Vengeful, which is the sequel, because I know a lot of people hate that book, especially compared to this, but I have high hopes. And V.E. Schwab's writing, I said this in my The Near Witch vlog on Patreon, but her writing is just, it feels like home. I don't know, there's something about it, okay? Also, for Books and Lala's Buzzwordathon, it's like an annual reading challenge where she chooses a word and you read books with that word in the title. And this month's is Secret, so I'm gonna be reading The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, which one of my patrons, Destinie, got for me. It's also one of my 12 recs by 12 friends, recommended by Destinie, so I'm really excited to check this off that list. I've been hearing about this everywhere ever since like before its release. It's like a cozy fantasy about this girl who like nannies or something, and then it's like a found family trope. So I don't know, I'm not big on the found family trope, that's why I kept putting it off, but I've been really feeling like grabbing my witchy books lately, so excited to try that out. I have a feeling it's not gonna be 5 stars, but a 3 or 4 I'll be happy with. The next one is a 5-star prediction though, and that is Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. This I was not interested in until Sid from Sid Bookworm raved about it. I saw Sea and I heard that it takes place at sea because one of them's like a submarine something. She's in a submarine for work or whatever. But then I read some of the pages after reading reviews saying like it's more about like love and the intricacies of this and that, like relationships. So we're gonna see, because I love the writing from the few lines that I have read. I don't know how to explain it because it has none of the same themes, but it felt like reading We Spread by Ian Reid, which was my #1 of last year. So I really hope this one delivers. It's also not that long of a book, so I'm hoping to pick it up in the beginning of the month here. Next, I have a highly anticipated release. Like, I love this cover so freaking much, and the premise sounds incredible, and I've only heard good things about this so far as well. Seven Faintless Saints by M.K. Lobb. This just came out in February as well, and I'm so glad I have it in my hand. I love the I almost killed myself. I love the glossy cover, the embossing, the blood dripping. Oh god, it just looks so dark and gothic. I just hope the writing delivers, and I hope I don't get too confused by the premise because, okay, so it says, in the city of Ambrasia, saints and their disciples rule with terrifying and unjust power, playing favorites while the unfavored struggle to survive. After her father's murder at the hands of the Ambrasian military, Rosanna Lacertosa is willing to do whatever it takes to dismantle the corrupt system, tapping into her powers as a disciple of patience, joining the rebellion, and facing the boy who broke her heart. Perfect for anyone who loves their characters morally gray and their fantasy tinged with horror, this utterly unforgettable debut will leave readers breathless as it takes them into the world of saints and sinners. I love fantasy with horror elements. I'm assuming it's like a hate to love thing, or lovers to hate to enemies and whatever. So I'm hoping the banter is good and the character dynamics good. I need to get behind the saints and sinners world and everything. So we'll see. I'm excited. I haven't heard too many of my friends talking about this yet, so high hopes for that one as well. Another fantasy I have, I think this is the last one on my official TBR. I have Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. This is the sequel to Daughter of Smoke and Bone, which was one of my favorite books of February. I almost put it as my favorite book of the month, but A Quiet Life, like I thought about it. Oh, I guess I'll talk about it in my wrap up, but basically A Quiet Life won by like just a little bit. But I heard this one's even better than the first one. I read the first chapter and I'm already craving to come back to this world and these characters. Even though this is such a big book, the chapters are short, the writing's good, and I'm gonna fly through it, and I'm already familiar with everything, so I'm so excited to like pick up a sequel right away almost. I mean, it's a month later, but you know, it's not next year, so I'm hoping I can finish the series this year, maybe. I don't even have Babbel, but Babbel is also another ongoing project where I'm not vlogging for it specifically, but I'm including it in pretty much all my vlogs that I pick it up at if I randomly go to a coffee shop, because I'm only reading that book at coffee shops. It's hard to explain, but that's basically just like where I can focus with that book and where I can like really hone in on the world and the writing and all the smartness of it. So coffee shops with dark academia-esque outfits. And then I have my buddy read with Kat from Bambina Caterina. We just got off sprints where we started it together. I'm 40 pages in and we're both really liking it. So this is happening this month because it was supposed to happen last month, but we both just lost track of time, didn't get to it. It's just no big deal. It's a very quick read, so it's gonna be easy to squeeze in. And then I have a project with an IRL friend, the Book of the Most Precious Substance. So we're gonna try to buddy read this. It's gonna be its own vlog. I didn't realize how short it was gonna be, but this is like sex magic. Those are the only buzzwords I know about this book, but I've only heard good things. It's a very niche set of people who love this, so I'm hoping I'm part of that niche because it just sounds so interesting to me. A mysterious book promises unlimited power and unrivaled sexual pleasure. If book dealer Lily Albrecht can find it, it's a sale of a lifetime and maybe a ticket to a new life. Like, come on. And this cover is like interesting. I'm not too big of a fan of it, but oh, I just realized it's probably like symbolic because there's like flowers and water. Okay, yeah, so that's one project. That's the one that's like, I don't know if it's gonna be only this month because we're gonna be hanging out and reading it, so we'll see how long that takes. Another one that I have physically is Slender Man. This is a nonfiction. This is true crime. Online obsession, mental illness, and the violent crime of two Midwestern girls by Kathleen Hale. This is a true crime discussion book pick for one of my close coworkers. She's hosting the discussion, so I told her I'd read it. The chapters are really short, and it was going to be my nonfiction pick of the month, but I've already actually read 2 nonfiction books this month. I listened to a memoir and an essay collection on audio, so I've already checked that goal off of my 1 nonfiction a month. In terms of my 1 Kindle book a month, I will probably read the Psalm, what is it? Psalm of the World Built or something like that, because it's really short, but I'm also guaranteed gonna read Pigs by Wade H. Garrett for my unmuted and unhinged sprints that I do with Joey over on Patreon, where we read horror novellas in one sitting while you watch us live react on a live show. We'll have ambiance on. It's just like regular sprints, just unmuted and unhinged, because some of those horror novellas we've been reading, definitely unhinged. That is all. If you made it to the end of this video, let's put a house emoji for my haunted house vlog. This is me manifesting. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all had a great day. Stay safe, stay positive, and stay spooky always, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye!